Time to get up.
Step
Hey,
1,
Ariel.
wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal.
Hey, good morning. Thought I'd do another video. And this one is more a reseller's workday. I think what I'll do is I might piece together a couple of days, but it's pretty much my routine. And yeah, I think right now I'm going to take Sven for a quick walk. Really nice today. It's not too smoky too, because of the wildfires up north. So pretty much cleared up. Recently, my daughter and her husband and we switched living spaces. So now I live downstairs in the semi-finished basement, and I now have this little office space. There's an extra bathroom, which is very unfinished, but it's great for storage and cleaning. And here is my little inventory room. And this is where I keep my inventory, and I also photograph. And it's a smaller space than what I had before, but it's nice that it's a dedicated room and I can close it off so that the animals don't come in. And then I have this little rolling cart that I keep some of my supplies on, because I do ship from both my office and my inventory room. And then here is the garage. It's very creepy and scary, but it's a place where we do our laundry. And here's some cute little stuffies to scare away all the bad stuff in that room. And so right now it's morning time, so I am on my morning call with Daily Refinement, and I joined the Patreon Facebook group, which I really love. And then I'm also doing my tasks of customer service, cross-listing, and delisting my items that have sold on, one of the platforms. And I'm primarily, I sell on Poshmark and eBay. And what I used for cross-listing is Flip, F-L-Y-P. It's a free app or service, and I only do the cross-listing on Flip. For my sharing and sending offers, I use Posher VA for Poshmark. So the Reseller Nirvana Facebook Patreon group doesn't recommend cross-listing. What they do recommend is sticking with one platform and, becoming expert at the one. But for me, I've sell almost equally on both platforms, and until one platform outperforms the other, I think I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. So anyways, right now I'm just sorting through or processing some items that have been washed, and I didn't take off the little color tag, so I'm taking that off, and then I'll go ahead and lay them in back flat so that the wrinkles sort of work itself out by the weight of the other items on top of it. All right, and then next I'm going to go ahead and pick items that I need to ship out. And so I have these bins, the inventory bins. I have this paper in which I write the date, and then on each item I have a clothespin with a sort of a letter numbering system. And it's basically W for women and M for men, and then a number. And I recycle the clothespins, but I store the items by date. So everything is in sequential order and needs to be moved down in order to make space for new items. And then I'm going to go ahead and print out shipping labels. And I'm showing the, here I'm choosing what label I should print, and then what bag, if it's a poly mailer or, a USPS envelope, I'll go ahead and choose that. And I try to keep the shipping supplies right next to my desk, so it's really easy. Have this work table right behind, which has been really great for me to just, have some flat surface. Okay, and then now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do the shipping labels. I go into the actual list, and then there's a photograph of the scale as well as the SKU clothespin, and then I find out the weight. I add 2 ounces to it for packaging, and then I go ahead and put in the weight. I hold off on dimensions until I select what service I'm going to purchase. And the buyer, the way I set it up is I don't offer free shipping. I have the buyer purchase shipping. So I go ahead and look and see what is the most economical way to ship. And then from here I can go ahead and add the dimensions. And then I can go ahead and purchase the label. Okay, so I'm going to start photographing, and first I write the date on those little cardboard paper that I put into the inventory system, and I go ahead and take about 3 shots of the whole front, and then I go in and take a close-up, and the 3 shots are different exposures, and then that way I can just go ahead and choose the best exposure when I'm listing and not have to adjust too much during the listing process. I'm taking a couple of close-up details, and then I go ahead and lay items flat, and from there I go ahead and measure the items. And so in the reseller Nirvana group, Tech and Sports, he watched a little video of my process, and he mentioned that rather than me using sort of the fabric measuring tape, I might want to try more rigid sort of ruler, that it would make it a lot faster. And so I found these foldable rulers on Amazon, in which I decided to pick up because I do pick up longer items like long dresses and jumpsuits and things. So I wanted measuring devices that were pretty long. And so yeah, they had it was Prime Day, and they had 2 of these measuring rulers for one. So I decided to go ahead and purchase this, and I've been liking using this, and it makes it faster for taking measurements. And then next I'm moving my steamer, and I had picked up a couple of these soft surrounding long open cardigans quite a while back ago. And then for seasonal items, I'll often go ahead and store it in the garage, and wait for the right time to go ahead and list it. And so that's what happened with this cardigan. And I actually found another cardigan, the same size, same style, but a different color, which is really great because it makes it really easy to list, which I love. And yes, so I go ahead and take photographs of measurements, and also labels and size and care tags. Also, I have a little food scale in which I weigh my item. I add a little clothespin skew and take a photograph to put in the listing. So just really trying to make the listing as full of information as possible for the buyer, as well as for me too, so that I can easily find the item in my inventory system. So I've been really liking the new setup, and I go ahead and I like to do hanging photographs, oftentimes for more of the women's clothing, because I think women are a little bit more used to seeing clothing hanging either on a person or on a hanger. And the flat lay tends to make the clothing look really wide, and for most of us, we don't want to look wide. So but I do flat lay for measurements, and I also will do flat lay for oftentimes with men's clothing. to this computer. And it's not the ideal way to do things, because oftentimes I'll get error messages and things like that. So the best way to do it is by using a camera and having a what do you call, like a flash card or something, so that you can transfer the pictures over on the little disc. And I don't have a camera, or so I just use my iPhone. So that's something that I can have maybe in the near future. So right now it's receiving 88 photographs, and then I'm just going to go ahead and transfer. Let's see, maybe I can share my screen. Okay. Yeah, so I have a folder that's called Photos 2. I don't know why I call it Photos 2. I think I had another photo folder on here. I'm just going to grab the 88 photographs and copy them over. This one. I think I can skip that. Okay. And so yeah, so now I'm ready to list. I can list these. I also had some more in my more photos in my folder, and yeah, there's this Margaret O'Leary cardigan and this Hot Topic dress, which I actually kind of want to list pretty soon. I think it'd be a great Halloween item. Let's see. Yeah, it's a Nightmare Before Christmas is the theme. And then a marine layer cardigan, a Free People chunky knit sweater, and and a Taylor stitch cardigan. And yeah, I want to list that. I also have this down puffer jacket. I think it's a Michael Kors. I haven't listed Michael Kors. I listed one jacket before. My Melody Kuromi. So this is a Sanrio sweatshirt, which I want to list. I think this one would do better on Depop though. And then I found two Harley Davidson t-shirts the last time I went to the bins. And this one is really cool because it's where is it? Has a Harley girl on the front, and on the back it's Corpus Christi in Texas. And then it's long sleeve with graphics on both sleeves, so that one's pretty nice. And then I have some kind of pants. Which pants are these? I think they're Lululemon. They might be Lululemon. And yeah, they look like Lulus. I found a Kate Spade dress, and this was just a Pilcrow dress, which I later found a hole in it, so I'm not going to list this. I'm going to keep it and try it on and see if I, want to keep it for myself. If it doesn't fit, then I'll just donate it back to Goodwill. So that was... So, oh yeah, and then I found this one vintage Western wear skirt. It was really cute. And yeah, it had little pearl snap buttons on the back. And the brand, where's the brand? Maybe it's over here. Here it is. Miss Rodeo America. So the size tag was cut off. So I'm not sure exactly what size it is, but I don't know. I just felt compelled to pick that up. And then I also found a Loro Piana fabric blazer, men's blazer. So there's the tag. And the brand is Ascot Chang. So when I looked up comps, it looked like Ascot Chang is a pretty good brand. I think they have a lot of vintage items, and this actually might be vintage because it has sort of the 3 buttons as opposed to the more modern 2-button blazers. So yeah, so I need to, and then yeah, today I found, or I shot this Prana shirt, and I've had this Prana shirt for a while. I found this at the bins. I wasn't sure. I wanted to double check if it was authentic, and I wanted to send photos of it with the tags to my cousin in Hawaii, and she works for Prana, and she's worked for luxury retail for, I don't know, like 20 years or something. She's worked for Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Prada. Did I say Prana? I might have said Prada. This is Prada. She's worked for Prada a couple of times. She was there, and then she left, and then she came back. So anyways, I sent her the tags and photograph, and she said, "Oh, good find." And she goes, it's a men's shirt. I said, "Oh, how much does it retail for?" And she said about $300. So I won't be listing it for that amount, but yeah, so I feel more confident to go ahead and list it. And then also there's this soft surroundings long open cardigan, and I just sold the same exact one just last week. So what I love about that is I already have the listing, so I can go ahead and sell similar, and it makes it much easier for me to list this item. And then I also found the same exact cardigan except for in purple. So again, this will be a really easy list. So that is wonderful. Also found this Madewell sweater. Really liked this sort of neutral, sort of earthy color. Has that sort of almost Irish sweater kind of feel to it. And then finally, just a regular, I forgot to shoot the tags for this, did I? No, I got it, Club Room. It's just a Club Room, but it's 100% cashmere sweater in a size large for men. So those are the photos that I have to list. So I better start listing. I was able to get a lot of my work done, so I decided to go ahead and run into a Goodwill store and do a little sourcing. So there was a rack in back, but it was empty, and I do like to go to the racks first. I also like to see what the color of the day is, and then that way I can search, just for that color. Makes searching for things so much faster and quicker. But so I didn't. The new rack was empty, so I had to guess. And here is a Pilcrow shirt that I picked up, and it was new with tags, so I wanted to check comps on it. Found another shirt that looked interesting. I never heard of the brand. I can't even remember what it was. So I put it in my little basket to research. I don't have a set category of what I look for first, and it would actually help me a lot if I did. I'm kind of wandering down the skirts section, and I don't know why I like skirts, but I've been looking for them, been looking for, sort of Y2K skirts and things like that. This skirt, I believe I picked up, is a Eileen Fisher 100% silk. It was very wrinkled, so and it was also a wrap skirt, so it kind of looked like a hot mess, but because it was Eileen Fisher, I put it into my little basket. And now just kind of quickly looking through dresses. It's hard for me to look through dresses when I don't know what the color of the day is, so I'm trying to look by fabric and pattern. And it's helpful if I go, several times a week, then I can remember what the color of the week or the color of the day is. And that way I can keep looking through things and go directly to new items. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and look up some comps on a couple of items, and the first one is the Eileen Fisher skirt, the silk skirt. I noticed that there was three, there was 3 sold, and then there were 3 listed, so that's 100% sell-through rate. Although, 3 is a small number, so but still, it's about $50 for the list price. And then for the sold price, for the 3, there's one for $38, there's a $50, and there's a $50. So, not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. And at my Goodwill, it costs $6.99 for skirts. Okay, and the next item was a Scotch and Soda pair of jeans, and I noticed that there was 17 sold, and I think the list was about 19 listed, so almost 100% sell through. Sold prices were kind of all over the place, which is not terrific for me, but I decided to go ahead and take a chance and go ahead and pick these. So that's going to be it for this video, and thank you so much for joining me. If you liked it, can you please subscribe and like the video and leave me a comment? Love to hear from you. Okay, until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.